Hello, guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight's episode of our 2025 Summer Movie Preview Series. We are talking about a movie that kind of nostalgia for me back in the early 90s, late 90s, mid 90s, somewhere in the 90s. I Know What You Did Last Summer came out, and then, the franchise became what it became. A lot of talented actors kind of got their start around this movie or not shortly after. But Darren, I'm excited to talk about this movie, but before we do that, we got to give a word to our sponsors over at Nashville Tax Solutions.
Attention, Palm Bay and Fort Pierce. Are you struggling with tax issues? Whether you're behind on filings, dealing with a lien, or just need expert guidance, Nashville Tax Solutions is here to help. Their team knows the ins and the outs of tax relief and is ready to fight for you. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to their clients. Chris Bennett and his team saved me from a financial nightmare. They're knowledgeable, clear, and compassionate. Don't let tax troubles keep you up at night. Call 855-627-4829. Visit NashvilleTaxSolutions.com or email info@NashvilleTaxSolutions.com today. Nashville Tax Solutions, because tax problems deserve a real solution.
Thank you. And as always, guys, if you missed any of that, go ahead and look at the bottom of your screen. You'll see the ticker going across. So all the information that you need to know to contact Nashville Tax Solutions. So, guys, let's talk about this movie. We're going to preview this movie for the summer release of I Know What You Did Last Summer. You see the hook there, Friendly Gentleman, to your upper right-hand corner. So this series, this movie, when five friends inadvertently cause a deadly car accident, they cover up their involvement and make a pact to keep it a secret rather than face the consequences. 1 year later, the past comes back to haunt them as they learn someone knows what they did last summer. Stalked by a mysterious killer, they soon seek help from two survivors of the legendary Southport Massacre of 1997. So this movie, again, it started back in 1997, the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. Then right back at it the next year, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, at that point, I wasn't against having more movies, but I was like, okay, the titles of these are going to be cheesy, and then that's what happened. We had the direct-to-video release, I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, and then, of course, you had the Amazon Prime video series, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and now it's back with the same title for the third time. But I'm not hating that because it's better than another adjective or verb that could have thrown in and made that worse.
So Darren, is this a reboot or is this another installment?
So from what I understand, this is a reboot altogether. But you do have some, and the preview, tells us in the trailer, there's some familiar faces that you see in the preview. Or in the trailer. So I don't know. I feel like this is a reboot, but then seeing them, I'm not quite sure, because usually that's kind of drawing the line there. Like if you do bring back old characters, it's not necessarily a reboot anymore, right? So I don't know for sure. But the cast here, I wanted to start there, Darren. You can kind of jump in. But Sarah Michelle Gellar, we had Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Ryan Phillippe, Anne Hesh, big cast of well-known names. Muse Watson as well, played Ben Willis. But so your overall thoughts on the cast from what you remember from the 97 film and the rest of the franchise, and what you saw in the trailer. If someone is optimistic, because there's some things that we may not be, if someone's optimistic, what can they expect from this movie?
We always love looking back every once in a while. And this movie allows you to look back a little bit. And it's always good to see these people on screen telling a story that we know, maybe a little new wrinkle or two. And that's why I hope that it's sort of a homage to what happened in the past with a new wrinkle. I'm okay with that. If you just try to, reinvent the wheel, there was no need to do that. It was a very good movie to begin with. So I like the fact that there's some new, old, and it's a good story. It's a good story. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Now, will this be I don't know if you made your plans for any movies this weekend, but will this be an opening weekend kind of movie for you?
Yes, only because seriously, at this point, this is our job, right? And I think it's important, and I think it's important for us to do that, Plus, now if it wasn't our job, I still would, because you and I enjoyed the first one, right? We, I wasn't a big fan of. I still kind of know what you did last summer, though my brain is getting foggy. I thought that was a very long name for a movie. And,
Yes, it's like that. What was that other? Remember that old? It was like "Don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the hood" or something like that. Some sort of yeah. I think yeah, a very long title. Long story short, long title. But again, this is like the summer of horror movies. We've talked about this almost every other episode. There's a lot to be excited to see. And so if one's not your thing, there's others similar out there. So, we recently covered movies like Megan and Final Destination Bloodline and Bring Her Back or Leave Her There, as you would say.
Leave Her There. Yeah, Leave Her There.
Varieties for those fans, because some like certain kind of horror, some don't.
We did Wild Animals, right? I mean, there's a lot we've covered.
Dangerous,
Dangerous animals, whatever.
Yep, with the sharks and all that good stuff. So you got your pick. If you want to do a double feature, if some of the theaters still show it, definitely go for it. I know. Do they have? So by you, do they have like the late? Like I feel like, I don't know if it's because of COVID or whatever. I feel like there used to be like the 10:40, 11 o'clock showings.
I used
now
to love
everything
those
ends
movies.
at like 9:40, 9:50.
Yes. And that's considered the late feature. I used to love the 10:30, 10:45, 11:15. I loved it. You get out. Come on.
Yeah, it was so good. Now, I think I remember falling asleep one time for, I think it was one of the Lord of the Rings, but that's not a movie to watch at 10:50, 11:30 at night.
No. Did you see the movie Clerks 2 to be specific?
Yes.
Lord of the Rings, so much walking. They're walking.
Yes.
It's a good time for that.
Yeah. Now, that's a movie that there's a big fan base. That's a movie that felt every bit as long as the movie was. Kind of unlike the Mission Impossible, which is almost 3 hours. That one, although a little bit, I don't know the word for it is, but a little bit dramatic and over the top. Knew that going in that would be sort of thing. So
I saw it again yesterday, by the way.
You what?
I saw it again yesterday.
Oh, you did yesterday? Okay.
Very over the top.
So you're allowed to see it more than once, the same?
Oh yeah. Cool. That $23 a month gets you unlimited number of times.
Okay.
You walk right in.
And is it right? So like when you go to a movie, like you make that decision and all that kind of stuff, is it right by your job, or is it something you come home first and go back out? Or
okay, so great question. On occasion, I'll do it coming home from work, but normally I usually stop home, change, get into some comfortable clothes, and just go. And I have my moment, just sitting and watching a movie, which I love. It's my happy place.
Yeah. Now, if there is, I know that's something that you typically do, but if there's if there's something that the family wants to see, like they're just die hard, it just might be that sporadic thing. Do you, like, obviously they don't each have the tickets to it, you would just get them an extra ticket and they would just join you kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, but you better get your own popcorn. Don't stick your mitts in mine.
Yes. I know. Like, I think we talked about, like, I had gotten the large popcorn. I went into the movie for Mission Impossible and there's so much action going on. I was like, I need to do something with my hands. And then I went and got the big one because the small one was so tiny. Now, they always ask you, and I know, well, this one's coming to a close, but they always ask you when you're getting popcorn, do you want to put butter in there? And I feel like every time they either go crazy nuts with the butter or they like just kind of like and just tap it like one little mini squirt.
That tells you how the theater is doing. If they just tap it, theater's not doing well. If they
I want to see like chest compressions on the butter pop, like just
Now let me ask you this. Let's talk about those chest compressions. This is important stuff here, kids.
It is.
So how do you properly butter popcorn? And here's because they used to just put it on the top. I remember that. But here in Massachusetts, they start on the bottom a little bit, like a little coat in the middle, and then a coat on top. So they do it down by you as well that way.
Yeah, so they do. So I actually started drinking my coffee similar that way. So I would actually put the creamer in first. I saw some crazy person doing it at a different church.
That's exactly what I do.
I was like, you're crazy. And then they're like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, okay, let's give this. And I'm like, okay. Now you do have to know what you're doing. If you put way too much creamer, then by the time you do, you're drinking, it's not good. And you got to restart the process.
You got to be an expert.
Yeah, you got to be an expert. You got to know where that invisible line is in the cup. Same with the popcorn. I think you don't want to just put it all on the top because, right when you're like, if you're sharing it with a couple other people, if you're that, Joey doesn't share food, but if you are, by the time you get it back, all the good buttery stuff is gone and you're left with the scraps. So you got to layer the popcorn. Yes. You got to. So this movie is one you're going to want to get popcorn for. So that's why we're talking about popcorn, because it's going to have the edge of your seat. I think hopefully, folks, as we wrap this things up, if you're going to go see this movie and you're excited to see this movie, have fun with it. Be courteous to those around you. Don't get ridiculous, but at the same time, enjoy yourself. This is a nostalgia type of movie, so it's okay. Don't be too critical going in. Like, oh, come on, the acting,
No,
exactly.
You're right. Yeah, and please, people, don't yell at the screen. Here's an idea. Listen, I love that you want to break that fourth wall, but that's for the people on the screen to do. Listen, can I say this, Mike? Is this okay? I'm gonna do this. They can't hear you.
Wait. Breaking news. They cannot hear you. That's yeah.
They cannot hear you.
Yeah. No one's gonna yell at you from the sound booth or in the projection room. Like the actors cannot hear you. Just
no. Woo! Thank goodness, guy in row 6 told me not to go down the left way. Down that hallway. Ooh,
yes. So this has been great. Can't wait to see this movie, guys. So check out each of the rest of our episodes still to come. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the only movie that we're going to do in this series that's going straight to Netflix, which is Happy Gilmore 2. So we're going to talk about that on tomorrow's episode. So until next time, we will see you around the ballpark.